Let us solve the number of r-digit ternary sequences. That would mean we use the digits 0, 1, and 2 that contain odd number zeros and even number ones. In this situation, it means that there is a r digit. We don't know how many digits are there, okay, because it's r. But ternary, meaning the digits that will appear are 0, 1, and 2, and such that in that specific string of r-digit ternary sequence, the number of zeros are odd, so there will be 3 zeros, 5 zeros, 1 0, and even numbers for 1, the 2 ones, 5 1, I mean 6 ones, 10 ones, just like that. We don't have a restriction for 2, so we're going to stay as it is. To identify the number of r-digit ternary sequences using the given condition, we are to identify the a sub r to be paired with x to the power of r over r factorial. This is still type of exponential problem, or is a problem that will use exponential generating functions, because this talks about arrangement, and the order here matters. If the order doesn't matter, then we proceed to the ordinary, but for exponential generating functions, the order matters here. So whatever would be the value of a sub r which is paired to this notation that needs to be to appear later on, that's the answer to our question. Now for this, we simply try to come up with the exponential generating functions for each of the given digits that will represent their conditions, and then later on find ways to provide the a sub r value. I would like you to think of this one for digit 0. Take note. Let's start with 2. Okay, let's start with 2, 1, and 2. Since 2 doesn't have any restriction, so you can use here 1 plus x over 1 factorial plus x squared over 2 factorial plus so on and so forth. There's no restriction. In short, 2 may not appear, 2 may appear once, 2 may appear twice, and so on and so forth. So there's no restriction. Let's have that as it is. Now, for 0, there is a restriction that only the odd number number zeros will appear. In short, there are only 1 0, there can be 3 zeros, there can be 5 zeros, but all even numbered pieces of 0 are not possible, even the possibility of non-appearance. So how do we write its equivalent exponential generating functions? That would mean, for this case here, let's talk about this one, 0 is not there. I mean 1 is not there because this stands for x to the power of 0, meaning the number of ways it tells us that what the coefficient for that tells us that there is the possibility of the certain object may not be selected. So in short, it's good for 2, but it's not good for 1, 0, because it should appear, right? It should appear. In short, for odd number, we start with the first one here. This is the first item to be placed for our generated function, specifically exponential generated function for our 0. We start with x over 1 factorial. Then we jump to removing this in mind, because this is even, we will have 3 possibility of selecting 3 zeros in that ternary sequence. So you will have here x cubed over 3 factorial. We can also have x to the power of 5 over 5 factorial, plus so on and so forth, given that all of them are odd. Now for 1, it's the other way around. It could be even. Now for even, sometimes we consider the selection or the non-appearance is also even because its exponent is actually 0. This means we add here 1. Okay? We consider 1 to be part of that because, again, it is included in the process. Now, after that, we will have the even number, so plus x squared over 2 factorial plus x to the power of 4 over 4 factorial, x to the power of 6, x to the power of 8, so on and so forth. Now, these are the representative exponential generating function for this type of situation. Again, we consider odd numbered zeros for that r-digit ternary sequence, even numbered 1, and for 2, there's no restriction. It may not appear, it may appear once, it may appear twice, even number, odd number, 2 is just okay as it is. Now, how do we move forward in finding this? We can find that by expressing it in a certain power series. Yes, we need to come up with a power series because in our power series, this little coefficient is there, and whatever would be paired to that is the answer to the question. But before we go to the power series, let's try to illustrate it in simpler aspect. I'm talking about 2 here. This can be written as e to the power of x. Yes, if there are no restrictions and it's exponential in nature, we have proven this is one of the identity. We have shown this identity as well to be true. So this is already okay, e to the power of x, which stands for the summation of your x to the power of r over r factorial as r starts from 0 to positive infinity. In this sense, we already have this notation which stands for this. So whatever will be the a sub r here, which in this case equal to 1, that stands for a sub r of this notation, but not the entire one. So let's denote this as a sub 1 of 3, okay? Because this is the third form, okay? But nevertheless, let's not note that in the meantime. Let's use that perspective because this may be used in the simplified form as well of these two. Well, actually, we had a video already talking about this, and that's the reason why I inserted those two videos in this playlist. The presentation or illustration when the elements of our exponential generating functions are all odd, and here all even. For all odd, try to review that video which uses this notation, e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x over 2. Yes, this is the equivalent exponential notation for this exponential generated function. Again, we already have a video for that. Please try to view that video for this to be what they call this one, understandable in this level. At the same time, this second one also already had another equivalent exponential notation. Again, also presented previously. We have e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x over 2. So these are the representation of the three of them. So let me write here e to the power of x. Okay, as again I know this e to the power of x, so this, let me separate this, sorry for that. Okay, so this is, we still have one multiplier here, e to the power of x. So when we multiply this, then later on we have e's, we can transform them into this one here to introduce x to the power of r over r factorial intended for our target here. That's the process. So the next thing here is to rigorously multiply the terms. Of course, we have, if we would like to separate them into two different terms, e to the power of x over 2 plus e to the power of minus x over 2, binomial expression, e to the power of x over 2 minus e to the power of minus x over 2, e to the power of x here. We'll multiply that later on after we multiply this using FOIL method. So by FOIL method, okay, please bear with me, you have e to the power of 2x over 4. Okay, because we add the exponents and we multiply the denominator, right? That's for the first part. Now for outer, negative here, so minus e to the power of x plus negative x over 4. Okay, I'm just writing that because you're going to add this and that negative. Probably you have already predicted what will happen next, but let me just do it step by step. For this item, similar, plus e to the power of x plus negative, sorry, let me do it like this again. You will have e to minus x plus x over 4. Then outer, you have plus, minus e to the power of minus 2x, because that's x minus x over 4. Again, it's x minus x, minus x minus x, so that's why minus 2x for the result. Now, for this, of course, this is e to the power of 2x over 4, okay, plus, what happens here, that's e to the power of 0, right? Because that's 0, so that's 1. E to the power of 0 is 1, right? Minus 1/4 plus 1/4 as well. Or even if you don't want to apply the e to the power of 0, you would see that these two are significantly opposite, so they cancel out. Nevertheless, we have here minus e to the minus 2x over 4. So again, this is 0, so you have here e to the 2x over 4, then minus e to the minus 2x over 4. You cannot cancel that because they are different terms separated by subtraction, okay? Now, that is for the product of the two. Take note, we still have e to the x here. So this is also has e to the x, and this also has e to the x. By distributing that, you'll have e to the power of 3x over 4 minus e to the minus x, because this negative 2 plus 1 minus 1 or minus x over 4. Now, this is now the final form of our expression using exponential notation, but these were all possible by understanding these portions here. Now, this one here will be very important. Let me rewrite that here at the bottom. E to the power of x is equal to the summation of x to the power of r over r factorial as r starts from 0 to positive infinity. This is very useful because what we have here actually is not e to the power of x, but rather we have here e to the power of 3x and e to the power of minus x. In the previous video, already had this. The idea of e to the power of 3x be related to this one is when we substitute the entire expression as x itself. That means we also substitute that here. So this is how it will look like. You have summation of 3x to the r over r factorial as r starts from 0 to positive infinity. Meaning, this was taken into 1, x, so that's why it looks like that. At the bottom, the second term, here, also e to the negative x, so we are going to treat this as a 1. So you have a summation of negative x raised to the r, x to the power, over r factorial as r starts from 0 to positive infinity. Take note, our goal is to separate x to the r over r factorial. So, this is how it will happen now. Using power law, you have with the summation of 3 to the r, x to the r, over r factorial. You have r starts from 0 to positive infinity. Here, we all have negative 1 there, to the summation of negative 1 to the r, x to the r, over r factorial as r starts from 0 to positive infinity. We already have here x to the r over r factorial, also have here. So this item is our a sub r, this is also another a sub r. To differentiate them, a sub r sub 1, a sub r sub 2. Okay, now for the final a sub r, we actually will use this. Don't forget the ratio of 4. If you still have ratio of 4, or if you don't want that, you can even simplify this in this manner. Let me simplify this by factoring out 1/4. You simply have e to the power of 3x minus e to the power of minus x, because that's 1/4 and 1/4 multiplier there. In short, using this instead of that, for our final form, 1/4 of what is e to the power of 3x, that's actually 3 to the r indicated here, and this is actually minus 1r. So minus what is e to the power of negative x is actually negative 1 raised to r. Close that one. This is now the general form for any for the solution of having r number of r digit ternary sequences using digits 0, 1, and 2, given the condition that there are odd number zeros and even number ones and 2. It's okay to appear, not to appear, or appear more than once. So this is a general form. In short, if you have situations like this, not necessarily 0, 1, and 2, if you have situations where there are 3 of them and probably one is this odd and one is even and the other has no restriction, you may use this given any r, the restriction here. Okay, in short, you can identify automatically the r permutations for the said problem. Thank you very much for watching.